Before we dive into this, there's something I need to confess. Three women have already warned me not to release this video. One of my female friends said I was giving away way too much. My sister, she literally looked me in the eyes and said, "Some things are meant to stay secret." But you know what? I believe you deserve to know the truth. You deserve to see behind the curtain and understand what's really going on when it comes to female psychology and attraction. These aren't made-up stories. These are actual messages I got this week. One said, "Don't upload this. You're going to ruin everything." Another said, "Guys aren't supposed to know this stuff." Well, guess what? I'm publishing it anyway. Because today I'm going to expose the psychological secrets that women use, some intentionally, others instinctively, that they really don't want you to figure out. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about game playing or pickup tactics. This is about understanding the unspoken rules of the emotional battlefield you've been dropped into since the day you started dating. If you've ever felt confused, frustrated, or totally in the dark about how women think this video is going to flip the lights on for you. Let's get into it, and we're starting with something that will forever change the way you view every single conversation with a woman. Silence. But not just any silence, strategic silence. Most guys hear silence and immediately assume she's bored or checked out. Wrong. Dead wrong. Silence in a woman's hands is one of the most potent psychological weapons she's ever learned, and she learns it young. I first discovered this during a deep talk with my ex. We were discussing something serious, and suddenly, she just stopped talking. No anger, no drama, just quiet. And what did I do? I panicked. I started rambling, over-explaining, trying to fill the empty space with anything I could. And that's exactly what she wanted. Because women understand something many men don't: silence creates pressure. Not just awkwardness, but emotional pressure. When a woman goes quiet during a fight, stops texting back right away, or simply shuts down mid-conversation, she's not retreating. She's gaining power. That silence makes you squirm. It makes you doubt. It forces your own insecurities to bubble to the surface. You start filling in the blanks with fear. Did I say the wrong thing? Is she mad? Should I fix this right now? That's the trap. That's the effect of silence. It turns your own mind against you. And she knows that. She may not even realize how often she uses it. But trust me, it works. Strategic silence isn't passivity, it's precision. And if you don't know how to handle it, it will control you. Ever been caught in that mental spiral, wondering what she's thinking, what you did wrong, and how to fix it? Meanwhile, she's saying nothing, just observing, watching how you react. That silence isn't just empty space, it's data collection. She's studying how emotionally reactive you are, how deeply you care, whether you'll chase after her or respect the distance. It's not just about what you say, it's about what you reveal when you're uncomfortable. Silence for her is a spotlight. It shows her where your insecurities live, what you fear, how stable you really are. It shows her exactly what strings to pull if she ever needs control. And here's the kicker: most women don't even know they're doing it. It's an unconscious strategy refined over years of emotional pattern recognition. But once you learn to see it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Let's move into something even deeper: the mysterious art of emotional mirroring. Women are emotional shapeshifters. And trust me, this is one of their most powerful tools. Emotional mirroring isn't about fake empathy. It's deliberate. It's intelligent. And yes, it's often unconscious, but that doesn't make it any less effective. Women have an incredible ability to scan your emotional frequency within seconds and then shift their own tone, posture, and energy to either match or complement yours. Why? Because it makes you feel comfortable, safe, seen, but also because it gives them information. I witnessed this firsthand at a networking event. A female friend of mine was chatting with a guy who was bursting with energy, the type A entrepreneur type. She instantly matched his vibe: high energy, quick jokes, wide eyes. 10 minutes later, she's in a new conversation with a calm, reserved investor. And suddenly she's composed, poised, serious. Same woman, completely different energy. That's not being fake. That's called emotional intelligence turned into strategy. Women know, whether consciously or not, that mirroring builds trust fast. It's psychological bonding in action. But here's the part they don't want you to realize: while they're matching your emotional tone, they're also scanning you. Every smile, hesitation, shift in your voice, it tells them something. What excites you? What makes you nervous? What topics you light up for? And which ones make you shut down? It's not just about building connection, it's reconnaissance. And once you catch on to this, it's like seeing the Matrix. You'll notice how the woman in front of you suddenly turns flirtier when you're in your confidence zone, or how she becomes softer, more nurturing when she senses you're emotionally open. It's not an accident, it's a pattern. And now you'll start seeing it play out everywhere. And then comes the switch when you're a little too relaxed, a little too predictable. That's when she changes the vibe. Maybe she gets distant. Maybe playful turns cold. Why? Because emotional mirroring isn't just about connection. It's also a way to challenge you when you're too comfortable. That doesn't mean you should suddenly view every interaction with suspicion, like she's playing some manipulative game. No, it means you should start recognizing and appreciating just how socially intelligent women really are. Their awareness is next level, and if you're smart, you'll stop getting blindsided by it and start learning from it. Now let's unlock a truth most women would rather you never uncover: the secret internal ranking system. Yes, you heard that right. Every woman has a mental scoreboard for the men in her life, and she's updating it constantly, often without realizing it herself. This isn't just about romance or who she finds attractive. It's a deep, ongoing assessment that determines exactly how much time, effort, and emotional energy you're worth to her. It affects everything from how quickly she texts you back, to whether you ever meet her friends, to how she describes you when she talks about you behind your back. I first learned about this from a surprisingly candid conversation with a female friend. After a couple of drinks, she got real. She explained how, without even trying, she categorized guys into clear tiers. Tier 1. That's rare air men she genuinely respects, is attracted to, and could see a future with. Tier 2. Still like, maybe even fun, but mostly seen as useful or entertaining, not serious contenders. Tier 3. Tolerated. She'll be polite, maybe keep you around socially, but you're not a priority. And Tier 4. Men she avoids. Men who drain her energy or cross boundaries, you're off the list. And here's the wild part: this ranking isn't permanent. Your tier can shift up or down instantly based on how you behave in a single conversation. You show deep confidence and calm leadership. You might shoot up to Tier 1 overnight. You act needy, reactive, insecure. Boom, drop to Tier 3 or worse. That internal scoring system controls her level of investment in you, emotionally, mentally, and physically. But it's not done out of malice. This isn't some game where she's trying to hurt you. It's actually a form of self-protection. Women are constantly scanning for value, not just for romantic potential, but for friendship, alliance, safety. She's asking herself, does this man make my life better? Do I feel empowered or drained after spending time with him? Would I feel proud to stand beside him in public? If you respect her boundaries, show emotional intelligence, and carry yourself with quiet strength, she notices. She promotes you. If not, well, she silently demotes you. No drama, just reprioritization. And now we move into even more taboo territory: the psychology of sexual gatekeeping. This is the part that made 3 different women beg me not to publish this video. Why? Because it reveals something deeply uncomfortable: how women are conditioned to view sexuality as their most powerful currency. From an early age, society teaches them your value in a relationship comes from what you choose to give and what you choose to withhold. From a young age, society whispers or sometimes screams a message into every woman's ear: be selective. Don't give it away too easily. Make him earn it. And over time, even the women who rebel against that message end up internalizing it. It becomes part of the background noise in their decisions, creating a deep, layered conflict inside them. See, a lot of women do want sex just as much as men. They feel the same pulse of desire, the same magnetic pull. But they've been taught that if they act on it too quickly, they lose power, or worse, lose value. So what happens? A psychological tug of war. On one side, there's her raw desire. On the other, a lifetime of programming telling her to hold back, play it cool, keep control. That's why so many women create layers of emotional filters, tests, hoops, obstacles, even when they're already interested. It's not rejection. It's not disinterest. It's strategy. It's protection. And often it's not even conscious. It's just habit reinforced by years of watching what happens to women who don't play by the rules. I've seen women visibly attracted to someone, but still act distant, still make him wait, still create invisible barriers. Not because they weren't craving the connection, but because something deep inside whispered, don't be easy. Don't be obvious. Don't lose control. The gatekeeping doesn't just serve one purpose, it's multi-layered. It protects her from being judged by others. It tests whether you're really interested or just chasing a fleeting moment. It helps her maintain a sense of control in moments where she feels most vulnerable. And it filters out men who aren't emotionally invested, men who would flake the second things get real. Now listen carefully, understanding this doesn't mean you pressure anyone or ignore consent, ever. What it does mean is that when you encounter resistance, it's often not about you personally. It's about a psychological system she's been taught to use, one that she might not even realize is influencing her. The women who don't want this exposed, they're not being malicious. They're protecting the social structure that gives them leverage, the unspoken code of power that governs modern dating. But once you understand how this works, you stop reacting emotionally. You stop chasing. You start navigating with calm confidence and empathy. You don't push. You don't pout. You simply become the kind of man who passes those filters without even trying, because your energy says, I don't need to beg for anything. I know what I bring. And that brings us to another uncomfortable truth, the psychology of male competition. This is a field where women have mastered the game in ways most men don't even realize. Women understand male dynamics. They understand how men think, especially when it comes to status dominance and approval in the presence of other men. And yes, they use it strategically. Here's where it gets fascinating. Women know that when another guy shows interest in them, it instantly activates a primal part of the male brain. Suddenly, you're more alert, more interested, more aggressive. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. That's centuries of evolution whispering, you might lose her, do something. And many women, whether consciously or not, use that trigger to gain the upper hand in social settings. This one tactic triggers a cascade of psychological responses, and men and women know it. When you sense another guy making a move on the woman you're interested in, your instincts flare up. Suddenly, competition anxiety kicks in. A fear of losing starts creeping in, even if you didn't care that deeply before. Your brain starts treating her like a scarce resource. After all, if others are interested, she must be valuable, right? That's the trick. Your need to validate yourself kicks in. You feel a sudden urge to prove you're the better option to win. It's subtle, primal, and extremely powerful. Before you know it, you're investing more, doing more, pushing harder, all to secure the attention of someone who moments ago was just another person in the room. This isn't just attraction anymore. It's competition. And for many men, that competition hijacks logic. Now, here's what most guys never see: the manipulation behind this often isn't calculated, it's instinctual. Many women don't even realize they're doing it. They've simply learned through experience that sparking male rivalry works. It gets attention, it builds perceived value, it creates urgency without saying a word. But let's be clear, even if it's unconscious, it's still a psychological play. It's still using male competitive instincts as leverage. So let me ask you something. Have you ever walked away fully cleanly without a backward glance when you realized the game was being played on you? If so, drop the word ghost in the comments. That'll tell me something important. It'll show me you're not a man who chases. You're a man who chooses. You've stepped out of the game and into your power. If you're tired of the drama, tired of justifying yourself to people who never earned your presence, tired of wasting energy on situations that drain more than they give, then hear this loud and clear. Your silence is no longer weakness. It's your armor. It's your message to the world that says, I don't play games. I don't compete for crumbs. I know who I am, and I walk like it. This is your moment. If you feel something in your gut, if a part of you is saying, finally someone gets it, then hit subscribe right now. Don't do it for clicks or trends. Do it because this content speaks to your core. Because you know deep down this isn't just advice, it's a signal. A signal for men who don't beg, who don't fold, who don't chase approval. We disappear, we grow, we return sharper, quieter, stronger. We become ghosts they'll never forget.